Okay, so it's time to finally talk about work and jobs. There is a lot to cover about work and labor and jobs, so I'm going to try and stay concise and organized for my own mental health. There is a very generalized and universal concept in our culture that work by its very nature is good. I'll skip right to my main thesis. Work by its very nature is not good. That is to say that it is not by its very nature noble or honorable. It is certainly not by its very nature beneficial. It doesn't build character just by being work. Most work is drudgery. Most work is pointless. Most work is actually unnecessary and damaging to both our bodies and our spirits. Most work is actually bad. Yeah, I know that I'm using a binary good-bad judgment and that nothing is good and that nothing is bad, but I really have to define work before I can go into that because it's crucial. So it is so deeply ingrained in us that work is a good thing. The term itself has even come to mean something is doing what it is supposed to do. This works, so that doesn't work. If something doesn't work, that means it's defective. And it's so devious that it has crept into our language so deeply and that we have internalized it so much because then that makes it sound like we are supposed to work. We use all kinds of slurs to describe people that don't want to work. We call them lazy. To be lazy in this country, in this society, is one of the worst possible things that you can be. We have a full phrase, lazy good for nothing. I'm like, wow! That phrase takes the whole of a person's virtue and bases it entirely on the fact that they don't want to work. We even take the word work and then lump it up with the word ethic, as if to say the desire to do a pointless, repetitive, meaningless, fruitless task is by its very nature ethical. And that's like insane. And all the fucking propaganda doesn't matter, you know, despite all of the words and all the slurs and all of the ways that work has crept into our language. We all know the truth. It lurks in our conscious mind, and we wish that we could talk with each other about it when we're at our jobs, when we're with our coworkers. And you know, you can look at their face and they can look at your face, and it's a terrible day and no one's enjoying themselves. And we all want to say it. Nobody wants to work. And I can already hear the devil's advocates, and they're lining up to say, but I love my job. There's a well-worn saying that's been floating around for a long time now. When you do what you love, it's not work. You'll never work a day in your life. Yes, there are, of course, people that really like their jobs. The few and lucky people that wake up every day, bright and shiny eyes, and go into their workplace and just love it. Guess what? That shit is not work. That shit is play. That is flow. Play and flow are the opposite of work. And they can take many, many, many forms. And we're gonna have to go into play and flow later. Work, in the forms it most often takes, is terrible. We have all kinds of common words and phrases that just speak volumes. Jobs can be soul-crushing, mindless, mind-numbing, dead end. I'd like to harken back to episode 1 for a second. What kind of jobs do we really need? Well, there's a lot of tasks that we really need to get done. The good news is, most of those tasks, those really important ones, are almost all automated or moving very steadily towards automation. Most of what all of us do as a job is not needed. Most of our jobs do not need to exist. They fill no actual necessary niche. We don't need retail sales associates. We don't need certified public accountants. We don't need bank tellers. We don't need bankers. We don't need CEOs. We don't need COOs. We don't need CFOs. We don't need any of it. It's all bullshit. I walk into a business and I see a place filled with good people with so much potential, just wasting their precious lives. They're gathering up all of the minutes and the hours of their day and just throwing them away for nothing. Because let's not forget the real crime here, the real violence of work. If you don't have work, if you don't have a job, you die. If you cannot earn a living, you fucking die. That phrase, to earn a living, sickens me so viscerally to my very core. Like anyone needs to earn the right to live. No, I'm fucking sorry. We are born with the right to live. No paper, no labor, no coin, no concept or object in this world can earn anyone the right to fucking live. And that concept is fucked up. And because we all recognize just how fucked up that is, we have social systems in place that are supposed to support people who can't work, or people who just might not want to work, or people who do really want to work and will never get hired. And those support systems are attacked all the time. Why? Why are we attacking these systems? What is in it for us to attack these systems? Whenever anyone fights to defend the value and virtue of work, I just want to go up to them and take them gently by the shoulders and shake them a little bit and go, what are you doing? What is in this for you? I just want to hug them and pat them on the back and then ask, are you so fucking happy? Are you so overjoyed with what you do for work that you just want to spread that joy to everybody else? Or is it cruelty? Are you so pissed that you hate your life and your job so fucking much that you think everyone should hate their fucking life as much as you do? Does it eat you up inside to look at someone that doesn't have to work, someone who is actually supported by the systems we have in place to make sure people don't fucking die if they don't have a job? Well, guess what? You shouldn't have to fucking work either. Stop fighting them. They are not the fucking enemy. But I'm gonna have to get into division later. Let's talk a little bit about automation. Automation is killing a lot of jobs, and it should. That ought to be a really good thing. We should all recognize how great that is. But the current system needs all of the drudgery that it can get just to keep people working. I cannot reiterate that hard enough. The system needs to maintain the shittiest jobs on purpose just to keep people wasting their lives. That's horrible. Most, if not all of the things nobody wants to do could be automated, should be automated. And a lot of those things already are being automated. And everyone is getting angry at it because it's taking away jobs. Jobs that suck so fucking hard. Here's the even better part. Really highly specialized, detailed jobs are also getting automated. Jobs like really fine, dangerous surgery and really fine, specialized manufacturing work. So not only the shitty, dangerous tasks, but also sometimes the tasks that used to take highly trained, highly paid people are getting automated. That is so important to make note of. Now let's talk about play and flow a little bit. Cynics would say something like, oh, people gotta have something to do. Like they think a world free of shitty, pointless jobs would lead to everyone just sitting around on their asses staring at the wall. Guess the fuck what? People like doing things. And a lot of those things will be beneficial and really important. And some of those things will be silly and pointless. And some of those things will be confusing and weird, and that's all good. because people will be doing what they love and they will have true free time to be inventive or creative or active or napping. We will never lose scientists. We will never lose doctors. We will never lose sports or the arts or any of that good shit because people like to do it. In fact, we will remove the unnatural barrier to people being able to do those things, which is money. The incentive of money is not the only reason people go into engineering and math and science and medicine. It's the shittiest reason people go into those pursuits. So when we are no longer forced, when money is no longer the goal of all of those lofty endeavors, we will actually get even better at them faster because we will be passionate about them personally. Imagine using your whole life the way that you want to. Imagine not dreading Monday or Saturday or whatever day you have to wake up when you don't want to and haul yourself out of bed and get ready to waste hours of your life in what you know is a pointless, fruitless, empty task. Work sucks. Play and flow don't. And I wish we could all just get that into our heads.